God called several missionaries to go to Missouri, which is where Zion would be. After dedicating a temple site in Missouri, God told these men to go back to Ohio, preaching as they went. God invites us to have the courage to share our faith. The journey home was hard. At one point, some of them thought they were going to die in the river. Joseph received a revelation that it's not necessary for this whole company of elders to move swiftly upon the waters while the inhabitants on either side are perishing in unbelief. Sometimes the important work occurs during the journey, not at the destination. We'll face dangers in this life, but God has power over the whole earth. He will help us and protect us. The next day, Joseph met a group traveling towards Missouri. God commanded them to preach. When we share the gospel, it reminds us of God's love, bringing us closer to Him. In Ohio, Joseph received a revelation about how faith works. We don't keep the commandments because we see signs. Instead, signs follow those who show faith by keeping the commandments. So, we don't have to wait for a sign before paying tithing. We act in faith to pay our tithing, and then the Spirit confirms that the principle is true. God is disappointed with the wickedness on earth. Because of that wickedness, hard times are coming. These hardships will also affect members of God's church. However, God promises to be with us during difficult times. We can make the most of that promise by inviting the Spirit to be part of our lives. God's not a vending machine. We don't do acts of righteousness so we can buy something from God. We don't simply punch in our request and get what we want if we've paid enough. A better analogy might be to a radio signal. God is constantly trying to communicate to us and help us. But if we are not in tune with the Spirit, it'll be harder to hear His direction. We should live so we have the Spirit with us always. God is constantly seeking to help us. We should tune our hearts and lives to Him. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to check out my Lego comic books. You can find them on Amazon. Just search for Bricks of Faith by Dan Butler.